In a surprising and bold move, U.S. President Donald Trump has authorized the deployment of 6 advanced F-35 Lightning II fighter jets to Puerto Rico as part of a major initiative targeting narcotics trafficking in the Caribbean region. The decision has quickly stirred discussions in political, military, and international circles, raising questions about its effectiveness, symbolism, and potential consequences. The news broke earlier this week through military and government insiders, confirming that the jets were stationed at Puerto Rico's Muñiz Air National Guard Base, a key strategic location in the Caribbean. Trump, known for his tough stance on crime and border security during his presidency, framed the move as a decisive step in combating the flow of drugs from South America into U.S. territory. Supporters hailed the deployment as a show of strength, emphasizing that narcotics cartels have become increasingly sophisticated, using fast boats, submarines, and aircraft to move contraband. Quote, "This is about protecting American families," Trump reportedly said in a statement, adding that the F-35s would act as a deterrent against criminal networks exploiting the Caribbean corridor. Critics, however, have questioned the practicality of using high-tech stealth fighters costing around $80 million each for drug interdiction operations. This looks more like a political stunt than a practical solution, noted one defense analyst, pointing out that surveillance aircraft, drones, and Coast Guard ships are typically more effective tools in anti-narcotics missions. Why Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico has long been a hotbed for narcotics transit routes due to its geographic position between South America and the continental United States. Drug cartels often use the island as a stepping stone to smuggle cocaine, heroin, and synthetic drugs into the mainland. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, has labeled Puerto Rico a critical transshipment point in the global narcotics trade. By sending F-35s, Trump appears to be signaling both a security and political message. Puerto Rico is not only a U.S. territory, but also home to millions of American citizens who have long demanded stronger protection against the violence and crime linked to drug trafficking. The F-35 Lightning II is considered one of the most advanced fighter jets in the world, boasting stealth technology, cutting-edge sensors, and unmatched combat versatility. While these jets are not typically used for drug interdiction, their deployment in Puerto Rico carries symbolic weight. Military insiders suggest that the F-35s will likely serve in a deterrence and surveillance role, using their advanced radar and reconnaissance systems to track suspicious air and sea activity in coordination with the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard. However, experts caution that the operational costs of flying F-35s are enormous, raising questions about the sustainability of such a strategy. The deployment of fighter jets to Puerto Rico also carries a political undertone. Trump has consistently positioned himself as a leader who prioritizes strong defense and law and order policies. By sending F-35s to a U.S. territory, he reinforces his image as a hardliner against crime, while also appealing to Puerto Rican voters and Hispanic communities who have been directly affected by narcotics-related violence. Neighboring nations in the Caribbean and Latin America have expressed mixed feelings. Some governments welcomed the increased U.S. military presence as a way to curb cartel activity that destabilizes the region. Others, however, voiced concerns about militarization and the potential for escalation, warning that such a show of force could strain diplomatic relations. Colombia, one of the main sources of narcotics entering the Caribbean, has not yet released an official statement, but is expected to weigh in on the broader implications for regional cooperation. Whether Trump's deployment of F-35s to Puerto Rico proves effective remains to be seen. For now, the move has certainly captured global attention, underscoring both the scale of the narcotics problem and the high-stakes politics surrounding it. Donald Trump's decision to send 6 of America's most advanced fighter jets to Puerto Rico has reignited the debate over how best to combat narcotics trafficking, and it may set the tone for future U.S. strategies in the region.